Hello and welcome to the NISHTA MINIS series. Today I start by looking at the 2 unfinished paintings from my first series of 5, and I often like to step back and observe a painting before touching them again. Sometimes the direction becomes clear simply by looking, and these 2 paintings are hanging on my art wall next to a very light sketch of a jaguar's head that is going to be a pastel painting. Suddenly I noticed that, very surprisingly, the small acrylic painting on the right is evolving and containing a suggestion of a jaguar's head that is asking to emerge. I am probably as surprised as you are, and I have to honor these. So I get back to work. I'm working later in the day, so I light a candle. This gives the studio a more contemplative, quieter vibe, and it's a good moment, and it's almost like a ritual, a way to listen to what the painting might be asking for. As you may appreciate on the video, I am stepping away from acrylics again. I am as surprised as anyone else, and this is turning into a mixed media painting. I am using pastel pencils, defining some of the shapes like the ears and the eyes, and it's really exciting that I am totally seeing a jaguar's head emerging from what I thought was starting to look like a mountain or abstract landscape painting. So this is a great example of how a work might start with abstraction and then it evolves into something more representational. I use my common materials. I'm mixing them up a little bit, using white on an old brush to bringing some space. I might use my fingers. It's really interesting. I love how this is coming along, and for the first time it just feels right. This is the story the painting has been trying to tell me, and I was stuck on the mountain and abstract landscape, and no, here we go. It's a jaguar, which is one of my spirit animals, but more on that on another conversation. So I use sometimes a little bit of an old cloth to do some smudging. I might use my fingers again, and this stage is really more about listening and letting the jaguar emerge. Then I return to the other painting, which I'm calling a tree painting, and also something unexpected happens here. I am starting to see a small head at the base of the tree. It's a small painting, so perhaps it's not that easily perceivable on the video, but it's definitely there. I feel that this painting is becoming like a tree woman, very different to the ones that I have done before, which were more of a full body female figure. In this case, it's the head of a tree woman, and I am carefully working with my Chinese brush, and then I'm going back to the Q-tip to work a little bit on it because it's rather small. This is truly very exciting, and these 2 paintings have been or are really a turning point in this series, and I would say with my painting practice as well. Each one of them started fully abstract, and both of them are manifesting into something else. So I would love to end this video by saying that sometimes abstraction carries the seeds of an image that only reveals itself later. Please listen to that again. only reveals itself later, when the time is right. Thank you so much for being here today.